Today we're in Hazelbrook in the Blue Mountains. We're going to be doing a pre-purchase inspection for a client. They want to know what's going on their roof after the build and pest came back and said that there's been some leaks in the latest rain. So come with us, we'll do a walkthrough. We'll show you how we figure things out and how we find all the issues. Alrighty, here we go. Okay, so first thing I can see, minor cracking along the gable. The roof pitch already I can tell is good. Hey mate, how you going? Good, good. Real estate? Yeah. Chris?
No, I'm covering for Chris. He couldn't make it.
That's all good. Yeah, too easy. Nice to meet you, mate. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick walk over and then I'll come down and just let you know what I found. Too easy. Okay, so first thing I want to look at is the overlap of the tiles. That looks good. Secondly, I want to see the weep holes, which we have, which is nice to see. Minor bit of cracking there, it's not a big deal. Small debris in the gutter, gets a bit thicker through here, and then got a bit of a blockage going on in this strip here at the front. I'm gonna look for some more cracking happening in here. Okay, we have a hidden broken tile right here. So to pop that tile, we're gonna have to take off this ridge capping. Weep holes are in. Okay, that's good. You'll notice that the front nose of the tile is without paint. Generally, that's going to be the first place that paint comes off, so it's not a big deal. The rest of the paint looks all right, so that's a win. Close up of that debris. Okay. And if I just look over here, we'll see. So exposed rafter, so it will rot eventually. You can see it's just mostly weathered at the moment, so it doesn't need to be replaced yet. That's good. Minor cracking happening on the gable. This is from the bedding, so what we'll have to do here in the future, don't worry about it yet, but instead of repointing this one you would rebed, because this is letting water get to the bedding, which would be laid underneath the tile here. That's future problems. Oh, it's actually hot to touch this roof. We've got weep holes, that's good. Again, just minor cracking happening, normal, that's normal. You'll see a hole here, don't worry about that, that's normal as well. You'll also notice it throughout this. The hole doesn't go all the way through. It's just for other designs of roofs. I've got some, trying to get a good angle here, got some cracking happening here, a little bit here, a bit of a chunk come out here. We've got weep holes, that's good. That's what we want to see. Got a flashing underneath here. Not sure why they would do that. And they've done it over there as well. They might have just done it as a precautionary means before putting the ridge on. Then we've got the ridge cracking slightly all through here. So from what I can tell, actually, hello, is that a broken tire? This, you can see how that's cracked. I don't know if it's all the way through. I won't move it just in case, so I don't know if there's any spares, but we'll keep that in mind. It looks like it's going to crack. And that one's going to crack too. It's probably coming through in the heavier rains. You can see that's starting to crack here along the ridge. This we probably just need to repoint. Just need to clean the ridge and repoint after. 2 broken noses here. So they're more of a concern in the high volume rains. Okay, so we've got a bit of a blockage happening here. Coming down, more debris in here. Got a little bit of a hairline crack here in this tile. That one I would replace. You can see the sarking is exposed here. I would put a little bit of a flashing over the tile down over into the gutter just to protect that. Not a big job though. This tree I would trim back just so it doesn't drop anything off into the gutter. At the moment the gutter is clear, so that's all good. Now the ridge doesn't look terrible. It's got some cracking but nothing too deep. So they just painted the front half, so this side here still needs to be done. It looks like it was cleaned but it wasn't painted, so just keep that in mind. Just a little bit more leaves. The downpipe is clear, I can see down into it. This awning needs to be cleaned out. There's a bit of debris in there, a little bit of debris here. Ooh. Bit of movement there, not anything of concern, it's just the battens. That's a bigger broken nose that needs to be replaced. You can see cracking happening all through here. This is how we can tell if it needs to be rebed. If I can move this ridge, which it is slightly moving. It's a bit crunchy when I push on it. And then here you can see, I'd say this bit here, this hip, I would rebed. You can see here, large crack in the collar. Yeah, there we go. See, I can lift that. I won't lift it too much, but I could move that out of position. So I would rebed here. So once I can move it, then the bedding's too compromised. So it's better off long term to, rather than repoint it, to rebed it. You see a little bits coming out there. So yeah, okay, this hip, rebed that. This one just needs to be repointed. This one, let me just get a feel on this cap here. Oh, it's moving, just slightly. Maybe do this one as well. Rebed that as well. Then it can be blended into this ridge better. This looks like a exhaust for the kitchen, which is a bit strange. So I'll have to double check if that's the range or if that's for the bathroom. But either way, that would lead me to think that either the range or the bathroom isn't ducted, because we've only got one duct. So one of them is going into the roof space. So I'll put that down on the list. This valley's blocked down here. A very common problem with the sewer vent pipes is they haven't put the weathered fold on the back of the lead, and they haven't. So what happens here, water runs in, if it's a wind driven event, runs in, comes down, and they can go underneath the lead, or it can just keep going up into the roof. Sarking will catch it, but the sarking can only do that for so long before it deteriorates. So got to fold a weathered edge on that. Okay, So someone has siliconed the water course of the tile, which is never a good idea. And only do that obviously if there was a leak here in the past. So the problem with siliconing that is when the water comes in, if there's any splits in the silicon, it'll find its way through. Let's see if they went all the way up. Yeah, see how they haven't gone all the way up with the tile. So if you're ever going to do that, you silicon all the way up the top, because now water will just go in behind that, in under the silicon. Now it's blocked the channel, so it pushes it into the roof. So that's a leak point there, potential leak point. That tile here is cracked, but has been painted over. Just some minor cracking happening on the gable. That's not too bad. Hang on, where did that fascia board come from? No, they've replaced the fascias, so it's not from there. This is a bit of a schmozzle, this carport, but ultimately if this is a long-term thing or you want it to be better, I would just rip this all off, because this is a shocking design. There's just no point wasting your money to fix this. Just redo it. Obviously if that fascia board would go, they've put a fiberglass sheet in there, probably just to get some light through. But you can see it's just slapped on, sealed up everywhere. Wrong sheets for a pitch of this. This is close, probably 0 degrees. So you're not supposed to have anything 0 degrees. Not ideal. Where it meets the wall over here has been siliconed up. So not the proper flashings. Again, it's going to be a bit of a hassle to do anything on that one. So I would rather replace that than to start fiddling around and wasting money on it. Weep holes, yes. These are things that I'm looking for on the ridge. So you can see how it's not a smooth transition with the pointing to the capping. So these are all potential spots where water gets in. See here, all along here. Now it's not like the end of the world, but you can see like cracking is happening. So water's getting in, it will make it worse. As soon as cracking starts, the water will get in, and it's a ticking time bomb. So it's something that will need to be done. Because of how much pointing is actually on here, I'm actually thinking maybe it would be a full rebed. It might be better, just long term, for a better quality finish. Yeah, no, I would recommend a full rebed. This is not straight away though. We're talking maybe 3 years, 3 to 5 years. Sorry, not 3 to 5 years, 2 to 4 years. Siliconed up, broken nose right there. Yeah, see how the ridge has got like that slightest gap on the bottom. You'd rather the transition to be smooth like this, but then you have the gap like that. So that's not ideal. This roof here will have no sarking. This extension does have sarking. So that's an important thing to note. The only other thing I would recommend is there's no whirly birds, so I would put on 2 for this part, maybe 2 for this section as well. Go 4 whirly birds so that you get all the hot air out of here. That's a broken nose there. I'd replace that tile. Maybe seal here, just because like they've nailed that piece in with a clout nail, which isn't going to seal anything. So maybe just pop this tile and seal it, just for peace of mind. Just 1 broken nose here. So we'll replace that tile too. So I double check all the noses before I go. Oh, this gable isn't very vertical. It's very diagonal. That could be done better. That requires a rebed though, so I wouldn't be too fussed just yet, but future things, when you eventually do a rebed, that will be what needs to be done. Yeah, no, there's not really anything else. Just cracking on the ridge in a few places. That's not a big deal. Okay. So if you're buying a property from Parramatta West, give us a call. We're happy to come out. We'll figure things out for you. Remember that your build and pest does not cover the roof for liability reasons, so you still need to get yourself an independent roof inspection to know exactly what you're buying, and so you don't end up in a bit of a money pit. All right, Elias from Bingley Roof Consulting.